Hello, everyone. Have you ever felt like everyone around you just keeps telling you what to do, and you wish you could escape into your own little world? Today, we are diving into Robin Klein's poem Amanda, where we explore this exact feeling. I will walk you through the poem line by line, decode the poetic devices, and help you understand the hidden themes, all in a simple, clear way. Welcome to CBSE English Simplified, where literature becomes easy to learn and fun to explore. So, this poem, Amanda, it is written by Robin Klein. Here, this in this poem, Amanda, which is written by Robin Klein, this poem addresses an important issue that every child, especially girls, face in their life, which is being controlled and monitored by the elders and asked to behave in the way the society expects them to. The poet has given parentheses in the brackets, and these are the thoughts of the Amanda. Here, let's explore the theme first. Through the poem, Robin Klein describes how difficult it is for children to compromise their freedom and behave according to the societal norms, as this not only restrains them but also is responsible for making a child lose their individuality, as controlling all of them would simply take away their uniqueness and originality. We will write everything later on. First, let's just understand the meaning and line by line explanation. Don't bite your nails, Amanda. Don't hunch your shoulders, Amanda. Stop that slouching and sit up straight, Amanda. There is a languid emerald sea where the sole inhabitant is May, a mermaid, drifting blissfully. The poet is describing Amanda here. She is a little girl who is always pointed out by her mother for her mistakes and how she imagines her life to be. The poet says that the mother is pointing out Amanda for biting her nails, which is a bad habit. Next, she asks her to sit straight without bending her shoulders. She said, "Don't hunch your shoulders." Hunch means bending. Don't hunch your shoulders, Amanda. Amanda, who has habit of bending her shoulders and sitting lazily, is being pointed out here because her mother wants her to sit in the right posture. At this point of time, when she is being scolded by her mother, she imagines herself to be in a deep green sea. We will understand the words. She says that she wants to be the only resident of this beautiful green sea. Emerald means green, like a gem. Inhabitant means resident, and languid means deep. At this point of time, when she is being scolded by her mother, she imagines herself to be in a deep green sea where the only resident is Amanda and nobody else. Amanda, who is a mermaid there, she's drifting blissfully. She's moving happily, very happily. So she imagines herself like a mermaid who is alone there and leads her life in a very relaxing way. She says that she wants to be carried away by the current of water and feel the relaxing environment there. I hope this much is clear. Once you understand the poem, we will discuss literary devices later on. In the next paragraph, it's written, did you finish your homework, Amanda? Did you tidy your room, Amanda? I thought I told you to clean your shoes, Amanda. I am an orphan, roaming in the street. I pattern soft dust with my hushed bare feet. The silence is golden, the freedom is sweet. Here the poet says that Amanda's mother is inquiring her about whether she has done her homework or not. And then she asks her whether she has cleaned her room or not. Moreover, she is also reminded to clean her shoes. First, her mother inquired whether she has completed her homework. Then, her mother asked whether she has cleaned her room. Then, her mother reminded her to clean her shoes. So, here we can see that the mother is constantly asking her questions regarding her homework being done or not, whether she had cleaned up her room or not, whether her shoes are cleaned up or not. On the other hand, while Amanda is listening to her mother's instructions, she imagines herself to be an orphan who is roaming in the street. An orphan is someone who does not have parents. So she thinks that I don't have any parent and nobody is here to shout on me. I can live my life freely and I'm roaming in the streets. All these lines, which are inside the brackets, which are inside the parenthesis, these lines are the imagination of Amanda, where she thinks herself to be. So she imagines herself to be an orphan who is roaming in the streets. This means that she imagines if she would have been without parents, she would have walked freely in the streets. She would have drawn designs on the soft dust with her uncovered feet very quietly. Hushed means quietly. Bare means uncovered. So we can see that her mother wants her to keep everything neat and clean, but Amanda wants to play in dust with her bare feet. Moreover, she is so fed up of these constant instructions from her mother that she says silence is golden, which means that here golden usually means it's a color, but here silence is golden. This means that this is very crucial and precious. Silence is important and the freedom is sweet. She further says that freedom is sweet, but this means that she never feels free when she is with her mother. So she wants to be free. Don't eat that chocolate, Amanda. Remember your acne, Amanda. Will you please look at me when I'm speaking to you, Amanda? I'm a Rapunzel, I have not a care. Life in a tower is tranquil and rare. I'll certainly never let down my bright hair. Stop that sulking at once, Amanda. You're always so moody, Amanda. Anyone would think that I nagged at you. So let's understand. Now, Amanda's mother is disallowing her to eat chocolates. Her mother does not want Amanda to eat a lot of chocolates. She reminds her of pimples that Amanda faces due to eating chocolates because a lot of sugar in the body is not good. So her mother says, don't eat that chocolate, Amanda. Remember your acne. Acne means pimples. Will you please look at me when I'm speaking to you, Amanda? At last, she scolds her for not paying attention to what her mother says. At this moment, Amanda imagines herself to be Rapunzel. Rapunzel was a character from a fairy tale, and she was a princess who was captured in a tower by a witch. So the witch used to climb the tower with the help of long hair of Rapunzel that were let down by her through the window. So there was this long tower, and Rapunzel used to live here at the top floor, And through the window, she used to let her hair down. She had very long hair, and her mother used to climb up through the help of with the help of Rapunzel's hair. So now Amanda wants to be Rapunzel because she feels that life in the tower will be peaceful and unusual. She thinks she will be free and live in a peaceful environment in the tower. She also confirms to herself that she will never let her hair down to anyone so that nobody could come to her in the tower. So she's saying, I'm Rapunzel, I have not a care, meaning I don't have a care in the world. Life in a tower is tranquil and rare. Tranquil means calm. I'll certainly never let down my bright hair. The word never is written in italic here because she's saying she means that she does not want to hear any more constant nagging from anybody else. So she's saying, I'll certainly never let down my bright hair so that nobody can come up in the tower. In the next paragraph, Amanda's mother now warns her for behaving in a very odd manner. She asks her to stop being in a bad mood. Sulking means being sad. Stop that sulking at once, Amanda. You are always so moody, Amanda. Anyone would think that I nagged at you, Amanda. Moreover, she blames her of having such an unstable mood. You're always so moody, Amanda, meaning her mood is always unstable. She also scolds her by saying that her behavior will one day make people think that Amanda was constantly being harassed by her mother. So here we can say that though, though Amanda is always pointed out by her mother on every small thing, but she can't react to this. If she reacts towards this by getting emotional, her mother takes this against her sense of pride and scolds her that she would not behave like this, as others would think that Amanda's mother is very dominating towards her child. So her mother is saying that your behavior will one day make people think that I always nag at you, I always scold you. I hope line by line explanation was okay for you. And in case if there's any doubt, feel free to ask questions. Now let's discuss about literary devices from the starting. In the first stanza, from Don't Bite Your Nails till Drifting Blissfully, the repeated use of the first word, don't bite your nails and don't hunch. So, the repeated use of these words, don't, this is anaphora. Anaphora is repeated use of a word at start of two or more lines. In the next line, we can see that don't hunch your shoulders, Amanda. So, the use of the vowel sound O, don't hunch your shoulders, Amanda. This repeated vowel sound is assonance. Assonance means the repetition of the vowel sound. In the next line, we can see that use of the word emerald sea. This is a metaphor because emerald is of green color and the green color of sea is being similar to the color of emerald, which is a gem. That's why the word emerald sea is a metaphor for a green gem, which looks beautiful and shiny. Then we can see the repetition of the word Amanda throughout the poem is simply repetition. Next, drifting blissfully. Drifting blissfully is imagery because it paints quite a picture that she's drifting apart, moving very slowly and quite happily. In the third line, we can see that the letter S and the sound of it is alliteration. Stop that slouching and sit up straight. Had there been any sound of sh, then we would have ignored that because alliteration means repetitive sound of a consonant. So stop that slouching and sit up straight is alliteration. Then in the last line of first stanza, the word mermaid is an allusion. Allusion is a reference to a famous thing, place, species of animal, etc. For example, mermaid is a well known imaginary creature who lives in water, mermaid. So, this is an allusion. Lastly, the rhyming scheme of the first stanza is we can see Amanda, Amanda, that will be A, then straight, it sounds different, that is B, and the fourth line, Amanda, again A. So, the rhyming scheme so far is A, B, A. That's Amanda, Amanda, straight, Amanda, and see me blissfully. That will be see me blissfully because it all ends in E. So, rhyming scheme is identified by understanding the last word of every single line. I hope literary devices of first stanza is clear. Moving on, let's understand the poetic devices of the next stanza. We can see that in the next stanza starts from did you and it finishes here. The freedom is sweet. So, again, at the starting, we have repetitive words. Did you finish your homework? Did you tidy your room? Here, the repetitive use of the word did you. The repetitive use of a word at start of two or more lines is that's right, anaphora. In the third line, we can see that the repetitive sound of O, that will be our assonance. I thought I told you to clean your shoes. This will be assonance. Repetitive sound of a vowel. At the end, repetition of the word Amanda is simply repetition. This is very important. The silence is golden. Silence here is being compared to golden color. This is a metaphor, just like emerald sea. Here we have two metaphors. The silence is golden and the freedom is sweet. Let's break down each of them. Silence is golden, so here silence is said to be glorious like a golden color. And the freedom is sweet, meaning freedom is said to be sweet in taste. So in the second stanza, we have two metaphors. And lastly, rhyming scheme. So for rhyming scheme, the first stanza's rhyme scheme will remain same except for the word shoes. Remember the first stanza's rhyming scheme was A. Here the rhyming scheme will be A. Now we will not use the letters B and C because they have already been used for the word straight and blissfully E. Now we have a new word shoes. So we will use another letter D. And then again Amanda, so it will be A. For the next three lines, we have street, feet, sweet. All three are same, but they don't rhyme with any of the word we have read before. So we will give it a new letter. This will be the rhyming scheme of the next stanza. Now, if we talk about the third paragraph, the third stanza, the literary devices of third stanza would be here again we're using the word Rapunzel, which is a reference to a famous thing, famous place, famous species of an animal. So here they are using the use of famous fairy tale character Rapunzel. So this will be allusion. Allusion meaning indirect reference. In the third line of the third stanza, will you please look at me when I'm speaking to you? The repetition of the word oh, will you please look at me when I'm speaking to you? And the repetition of the vowel sound E. Will you please look at me when I'm speaking to you? When will not come because the sound of E in when is different than the sound of E in speaking. So the repetition of sound O and U will be our, sorry, E will be our assonance here. The rhyme scheme will be A, again a different letter. So F, A, because we have already used the letters A, B, C, D, E, F till E. So A, and then care, rare, hair. G. So rhyme scheme will be A, F, A, G, G, G. This will be the rhyme scheme. Also, the repetition of the word Amanda is repetition. Here also, the repetition of the word Amanda is simply repetition. There's one more literary device. Tell me what? I am Rapunzel, I have not a care. Life in a tower is tranquil and rare. I certainly never let down my bright hair. Here we can see that there's a letter R which is being repeated again and again. This is called opposite of assonance, it's called consonance. Consonance is a literary device that refers to the repetition of the same consonant sounds in a line of text. The focus in the use of consonants is on the sound made by consonants and not necessarily the letters themselves. It's not about the letters. That's why we haven't marked certainly, because in certainly R does not sound that much pressurous as much as it sounds in Rapunzel and rare. So that was the complete explanation of the poem Amanda, with its meaning and poetic devices made simple for you. If this helped you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss an update. In the next video, we will take on another exciting chapter from your CBSE syllabus. Until then, keep learning, keep exploring, and remember, English isn't just a subject, it's a story waiting to be told. Thank you.